2, 1.
Introduce y'all, say.
Alright, I'm Caleb.
I'm Jeremiah the third.
And I'm Ryan.
I'm Jack.
Actually, Jeremiah the 3rd.
Talk about this case study. Alright, no. First question, though. Saying, summarize the setting, like the background for this case. Okay. She was swimming.
You know, having a good laugh.
My
It was like
AirPods are gone.
she was swimming with her
There's one
teammates.
in your ear.
No, like
Yeah,
the case.
idiot.
to put it up.
Idiot.
I saw him in the room.
There. Okay. Her name's Anne, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
What's your last name?
Don't worry about it.
So, I like to give feedback or background, I'd say. So, she was swimming. She was 4 seconds ahead of time. So, I don't know if you know sports, but swimming and running, especially when you're 4 seconds, the difference in 4 seconds.
That's fast.
That's a huge difference. That's the difference, like, for running, that's it's what, like 200, 300 feet or so?
Yeah, a lot. Like if you're running
Yeah.
like 100 meters, like that'll take you like if you're like sprinting 100 meters, that'll take you like 12 seconds. If
So
you're fast, 4 seconds.
Swimming,
fast.
that's probably,
That's
I'm going
even
to say, like,
quicker.
probably 100 feet or so different. That's a big difference. And she ended up losing the race. She said she strained her eye or had eye irritation. So, and she claimed that she wears glasses, but switched to contacts when it started happening. And I know from friends and stuff that contacts can irritate the eye and can overwork the eye due to just always being like magnified and stuff, based on your vision. Couldn't
Yeah.
find that word. So, like that. So what's the first?
And then, well, it's still, you're just summarizing what happened in the first one.
Yeah.
And then she said her fingers got weak and she
What's
had a
up?
hard time breathing.
That was when she was driving, though, right?
It just started happening after,
So
before that.
that means it's something in the brain, not just the
Something's
eye.
going
Something real.
question
Question number 2. What symptom does Annie exhibit? Prioritizes symptoms in order of what you think is of most concerning and the least concerning. So symptoms. Well, first of all, starts with a tingling in the fingers.
on. Feeling
That's
weak.
She could
feeling
be pretty
weak. So I'd
diabetic.
say.
Sorry.
So I like to say that maybe it's something to do with nerves or feeling of like blood loss. Like I know, like, have you guys ever done it where like you say your arm or something for like a long time and it starts like tingling?
Yeah, you get like.
But that's
pins.
usually
less
if you're
like-
like sitting still though.
Yeah.
If she's moving, that doesn't really make sense.
Or like
Well,
if
it
you
could
have
be
like your
happening.
leg
It
up,
could.
Saying, like,
you're
Yeah.
like your
So
low
what, like a
circulation.
blood clot?
Then she had a hard time breathing.
So
The eye strain.
Or sometimes like if you're like nervous and you like have your knees locked, like you can like lose feeling in like the lower part of your leg because you're like, cutting off circulation. But I don't know if that has anything to do with this.
So-
I think it's different in the arms.
what
So if you lock your elbows long enough, if you just lose finger in the lower part of your arm.
Yeah, she's just like.
Why would
swimming.
she be
She's
like this? That's
That's
what
how
she's
she's
driving.
She's just really nervous, dude.
You swim like this.
She's just like.
So
What is question 3?
question 3. What is the one common feature in all of her symptoms? So the common feature is, of course, muscles, because that's the
Wow.
topic of our segment.
Exactly.
But I like to add that your eyes have muscles, your
Yep.
lungs have muscles
They probably
surrounding the
work harder than
ribcage,
anything.
and your fingers have muscles all the way to the tips of them. So one of the theory that
So
we
if you
had talked earlier is that she could be dehydrated, which makes sense because in the pool, I don't know if the pool is chlorine water or salt water, but either way, you can't digest that water. It's not good for you.
Make you dehydrated.
So it'd
faster.
make you dehydrated. Exactly. So she could have been taking in water. And then along with the driving, she could have just not had any fluids that day or anything like that. So that could change something. You guys like to add anything?
Well, isn't there another question?
You guys want to add anything to that?
That's not
She's
nice.
just chilling.
Yeah, I know. I hate him too.
I cannot see the last question. Okay.
Cool.
When did Matt notice that Annie was having trouble breathing?
Probably when she
While
told him.
driving.
Yeah.
When they were driving.
Yeah, while she's driving.
He was like, uh-oh, you're not good. Oh, wait. Yeah, during
He was
driving.
like, shoddy sipping.
He's like, you don't look so good.
He was like.
Oh no! It was that wasn't that. It was when she was walking up the stairs when she first saw Matt after her flight. She was like, she only walked 2 flights of stairs, it said, and she's like gasping for air,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is very
Oh,
uncommon
really?
considering she's a swimmer. So swimmers usually have to have good breathing techniques and stuff in order to keep their momentum going, as well as breathing habits. And it's
Did the muscles have enough oxygen?
I don't think the muscles
That's
had enough
why she
oxygen.
was like this.
Yeah,
She couldn't feel her fingers.
that's possible.
Oh,
she's
she
not
didn't have
getting
enough
enough
oxygen
oxygen.
intake.
Or her elbows were locked and she was just, you know,
Not
So she's
enough
like this
oxygen
driving.
intake.
she's like
So she was like this swimming
like
too.
this. She's like, this is how we usually do it.
I can't feel my hand because I
Oh yeah. So she's not getting enough oxygen.
walked. She didn't
so
have
her,
much oxygen intake.
her brain's not getting enough oxygen either.
So all her muscles were like,
Spasm. Yep.
Weak.
Exactly.
Yes.
We solved it.
dang.
Nice. Okay, the last question is:
solved it.
list any diseases, disorders, or health problems that you
Bro, I thought she was
can
like
think
type 1 diabetic.
of that
dude.
might cause these symptoms. Oh, it's a brainstorm.
She could be diabetic. dude.
Asthma.
Like losing feeling in your-
Diabetes,
in your
asthma,
limbs.
shortage of oxygen.
Which is asthma.
Same thing.
That's asthma.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, one of them could be like asthma's probably one of them. Dehydration's probably. That's a big one. I know. I'm pretty sure you guys know too that when you guys get dehydrated, you guys get lightheaded and then
Yep.
muscle cramps,
Yeah.
spasms of the muscles.
You wake up in the middle of the night and
Shortage
your
of
calves are
oxygen.
just screaming for joy.
Right, exactly.
And then you look at your calves, you can literally see your calf. Never mind, I'm going too far.
I get what you're saying. Or then your abs are so
You're
tensed
going
up
too
that you're
far.
like,
And then you get a hernia.
Alright, that's just
okay,
you.
okay, there, that's just you.
Okay.
I know us.
Is the video 5 minutes?
Oh, it's 6
We're
minutes.
fine then.
Is it 6? Yeah, it's 6
All
minutes.
right.
Part
Alright.
2. There's part 2 coming.
Welcome back to the Disney
Wait, there's a
Channel.
part 2?
Yes,
Ooh.
and both had to be 5 minutes.